Hope everyone's doing well. My name is Tracy Buckley, and I'm here at the Medfield Senior Center on Friday, and just wanted to bring some chair yoga to everyone while we're home and can't be together. It's really important to keep moving our body and keep stretching. Maybe we're walking more than we used to. Maybe we are sitting a lot more. I know I am a lot more than I'm used to. So taking the time to stretch our bodies and open things up a little bit is super, super important. We're gonna work for 30 minutes and it's all gonna be seated. So grab yourself a chair. You can keep your shoes on or not. I'm gonna keep my shoes on for this one. But find yourself in your seat and sit your back up against the chair. Hopefully your chair has a straighter back, maybe like a dining room chair, rather than your recliner. Sit up nice and tall, roll your shoulders back, rest your hands in your lap, close your eyes, and take a really deep breath in through your nose, and a full breath out through your mouth. Again, deep breath in through your nose. Then deep breath out through your mouth. And tilt your head over toward the right. And your head back to center. Tilt your head over toward the left. Back to center. Press your feet into the floor. Tilt your chin up toward the ceiling. And down towards your chest. And then gazing straight ahead, roll your shoulders around. Both directions. And then rest them by pressing back, pull your belly in, sit up nice and tall. Hang your arms off the sides of your chair. And start to lean a little bit side to side, just a little at a time. And then slow it down even more. Make sure you're breathing. And then pause and center. Sit up nice and tall, hands on the fronts of your knees. Sit up and turn your head to the right. And then through center, over to the left. Back to center. Arms hang down by your sides. Belly's in, sit nice and tall again. We're gonna rock to the right and to the left. Just a few more times. And then back to center. Stretch your arms forward, thumbs are up. And then reach your arms up overhead, big, big stretch. And hands to your knees. Take a twist towards your left. And a twist to the right. Back to center. Tap your heels on the floor. And tap your toes on the floor. Then rock forward and back, all the way up onto your toes, lift high, and then roll all the way back onto your heels, lift your toes high, back and forth. And then rest your feet, belly draws in. When we pull our belly in, it helps support our spine, and it actually helps us to sit a little bit taller with better posture. Reach one leg out front, point and flex your foot, and then circle your ankle. Go in the other direction. And then rest your foot. Other leg lifts up, point and flex your foot. Circle your ankle, both directions. And then land your foot. Sit up nice and tall. Deep breath in. And out. Pull your belly in. Sit a little taller if you can. Deep breath in. and out. Shuffle your feet out wider than the chair and lean yourself forward. And move your torso nice and slowly side to side. And then pause in center. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, sit yourself up. Heel toe your feet back to center. Take a twist towards your left. And a twist to your right. And back to center. Arms down by your sides. So you're away from the back of your chair. Your belly's in, shoulders are back. Giving ourselves a good stable spine to start moving with. Take your arms out to a T. Turn your palms up. And then start to slowly take your arms overhead. Sometimes this might be as far as you want to go. We want no pain at all. We want a little bit of a stretch, maybe more than you've stretched in a while. But there shouldn't be any pain at all. Arms back by your sides. Swing your arms forward and back. And then rest with your arms down by your sides again. Sit up tall, heart open. Take your arms out to a T. Flip your palms up. Reach up overhead. Take a breath in, lengthen up like you're trying to scratch the ceiling. And then arms back to a T. Palms down. Arms by your sides. Swing your arms forward and back. And one more time. Arms by your sides. Sit up tall, out to a T. Palms flip, reach up. And this time we're going to stretch up and start to lean forward and reach forward. Then bring your hands to your knees and sit up tall. Right leg extends out. Flex your foot. Reach your hands down towards your toes. Keep your leg up. If you'd rather, keep your heel on the floor if that feels better. And don't worry if you can't touch your toes, right? You're just reaching toward it. You want your belly in, you want your leg nice and long. Reach all the way up and back down towards your toes. And then land your foot and bring your hands to your lap. Left leg extends. Reach down towards your toes. Couple breaths. Reach up and then down towards your toes. Deep breath in and land your foot. Heel toe your feet out a little bit wider this time. Hands on your knees. Lean forward. Take your belly over towards your left thigh and then belly over towards your right. And back and forth. And then bring it back to center. Sit yourself up. Shuffle your feet back in. Tap your toes. And tap your heels. And rest down. Arms reach out front, thumbs point up. And stretch your arms forward. And then pull your shoulders back. Start to take your arms up overhead. Stop if there's any pain whatsoever. Pull your belly button in towards your spine and little twist toward the right. And then back to center. Belly's in. Make sure you're breathing. Twist to the left. Back to center. Hands on your lap. Tap your toes. And then walk your feet in even a little bit closer. Lift your feet up off the floor. And if you'd rather, you can keep your toes on the floor so just your heels are lifted. Belly pulls in. Take a deep breath. And then relax down. Breathe out. Roll your shoulders around, tap your feet, move your knees. And then rest in center. Sit up nice and tall. Pull your belly in. Roll your shoulders way back. Lift your feet up off the floor. Keep breathing in and out. One more time, deep breath in. And land your feet. Shake things around a little bit. And then rest. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. If this doesn't work for you, and it may not, we have a lot of people with tight hips because we're sitting so much. So if you'd rather keep your knee here crossed or crossing at your ankles, feel free to do that. It's much, again, we want to avoid any sort of pain in any of the stretches that we're doing. I always say you want it to feel like that first morning stretch where you kind of make that noise. It's kind of a groan, but it's not that it hurts. It's just like feels like you're waking up your muscles. So wherever your ankle is, if it's crossed over your knee, or your knee is on your knee, or your ankles are crossed, sit up really tall, pull your belly in, and then start to lean your torso forward just a little bit. So then you start feeling it on the outside of your hip. A couple breaths. Sit yourself up, uncross your leg, cross the opposite leg, sit up tall again. You might be crossing your leg differently than you crossed your right leg, just because our bodies aren't typically balanced. So one side is tighter, one side is stronger, one side is more open. So just if you crossed your ankle over your knee on the other side, you might be able to do it on this side also, but you might not, and that's totally fine. Just figure out what's gonna work this time. On this side, sit up tall, pull your belly in, and lean forward. Take a couple breaths here. And sit yourself up. Both feet on the floor, roll your shoulders, roll your feet forward and back. And then rest. Bring your arms out front, thumbs point up. Pull your belly in. Reach out to a T. Turn your palms up. Reach your arms overhead. Little twist to the right. And center. And to the left. And center. Reach up again. Lean forward, reach forward. And then reach down towards your toes. Hands come to your knees or thighs. And press yourself up. Both arms come out front. This time your palms face up. Fingertips tap your shoulders. And extend. Tap your shoulders. And extend. Tap your shoulders. Now with your elbows, make little circles. Is your belly pulled in? I just noticed mine wasn't. Pull your belly in if it isn't. Tiny little circles, and start traveling with the circles out to the sides. It doesn't have to be fast. And then start to make bigger circles. And bring your elbows forward again. And then pause. Make circles in the opposite direction and travel back out. Fingertips are still on your shoulders. And then big, big circles, opposite direction. Elbows travel back out front. And then pause. Swing your arms by your sides, forward and back. And rest your hands on your lap. Walk your feet out. Lean yourself forward. Take your right hand, reach it towards your left toes. Strong middle, nice strong core. And then open up, reach your right arm up toward the ceiling. And then reach back down towards your left toes. Right hand comes to your right knee. Left hand reaches towards your right toes. Belly in, reach up, open up toward the ceiling. Reach back towards your toes. Hand to your left knee. And sit yourself up. Feet scooch back in. Right leg extends. Bring your hands towards your toes. So take your right arm and stretch it back behind you. Turn your chest toward the right. So we're in a little bit of a twist. If you'd rather hold onto the chair with your back hand, feel free to do that. And your left hand can be on your knee instead. And maybe you're not leaning forward, you're sitting up a little bit more. Right hand comes forward and sit up. Left leg extends out. Flex your foot. Hands reach towards your toes. Take your left arm back behind you. The center of your chest is pointing toward the left. And left hand comes forward and have a seat. Sitting up tall, tap your feet. Roll your shoulders. And roll your wrists. Both directions. And then rest. Chin to chest. Shake your head really gently side to side. And then pause. Lift your chin up toward the ceiling. Shake your head really slowly side to side. And back to center. Gazing straight ahead. Sit up tall. Arms come out front and bring your hands as close together as you can get them without them touching. Belly's in. Oh, the lights just went out. Take your left arm out to the side and behind you if you can. Reach your right arm forward, left arm back. Heart turns toward the left. And then your left hand comes forward. Right arm opens up either to the side or back behind you. Your chest turns to the right. And back together. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms forward and press. Hands to heart. Press your palms towards your knees. Hands to heart. Lengthen your arms up toward the ceiling. Pull your belly in. And arms by your sides. Roll your shoulders, shake your arms out. And let your arms hang off the sides of the chair. Strong middle, lifted heart so your spine is nice and stable. And lean over toward the right. Like you're trying to reach for something, excuse me, down the side of your chair, next to the side of your chair. And turn your head so you're looking down at your hand by the floor. And then everything comes to center. So sitting up, looking forward. Lean over towards your left, belly's in. And turn your head and look down at your left hand. And back to center. Hands on the fronts of your knees. Push your chest forward, lift your chin, roll your shoulders back. And then chin to chest, roll your shoulders forward. Press your spine, rounded spine into the back of your chair. Breathe in. Lift your chin, shoulders roll back. And breathe out. Chin to chest, shoulders forward. Spine presses back. One more time. Breathe in. Lift. And breathe out. Round yourself back. And then sit up tall. Lean your head over toward the right, excuse me. And really slowly turn your head and look down at your right shoulder. And nod your head, just some tiny movements, nodding yes, chin towards your chest, chin lifts away. Pause, lift your chin to center, tilt your head to the left. And turn your head turn and look down towards your left shoulder. Really slowly nod. So I can feel this right behind my ear, all the way down the side of my neck and into the top of my shoulder. And then pause, lift your head, turn and gaze forward, roll your shoulders. And then walk your feet in together and lift up your right leg. Hold behind your right knee or thigh, or you can hold on your right knee. And kick your foot forward and back. Belly's in. So if you want to challenge, you can pause and not hold on to your leg at all. So then we're really working the strength, or you can hold. And then hold your leg in that highest kick. Take a breath in. And if you can, take your hands away and slowly and as silently as you can, land your foot on the floor. Left leg lifts up. Again, holding behind or in front of your knee. Kick back and forth. And then pause with your foot kicked out. And try to use more leg strength than upper body strength. If you're really struggling to hold up your leg, maybe take it down a little bit. Take a breath. And if you can, let go and silently land your foot. Sit up tall, tall, tall. Roll your shoulders back and twist to the right. And come to center and twist to the left. And back to center, hands on the fronts of your knees. Breathe in, look up, roll your shoulders back. This is seated cow pose. And then round yourself back, chin to chest. This is seated cat pose. Breathing in, look up, push your chest forward. Belly's in the whole time for support. And then exhaling, round back, chin to chest. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round back. And then come to a seat. Shimmy your feet out toward the sides. A little wider maybe than you have been before. Lean yourself forward. And then reach one hand, doesn't matter which, straight down. If you drew a line from your nose to the floor, bring your hand toward that spot. Whether you touch the floor or not doesn't really matter. And then bring it back to your knee. Check your belly's pulled in. Opposite hand reaches straight down at that same point. Hand to your knee and slowly sit back up. Heel toe your feet back in. Sit up tall, take a breath. And exhale. Turn your head to the left. And back to center. Turn your head to the right. And center. Grab opposite hand, opposite elbow. And take your elbows over to the right. So we're stretching the back of our shoulder and top of our shoulder. Elbows are pressing over toward the right. And maybe look over toward your left. If that feels okay, you don't have to. Just something to add there. And then bring everything to center and take your elbows toward the left. Tall spine, belly, and maybe look to your right. And back to center. Both arms reach all the way up. Hands to your knees. And sit back in your chair. Roll your feet a couple of times. And get to a spot where your feet feel really comfortable. Both feet are completely on the floor. And bring your hands to your chest. Cover one hand on your heart and one hand over the other hand. Let your eyes close. And open your mouth just a little bit. And take a deep breath in through your nose. and out through your mouth. Again, deep breath in. Long breath out through your mouth. Last time, breath in. And out. Bring your hands to your lap. Sitting back in your chair. We're going to sit as still as possible for about 10 or 12 breaths. And count your breath silently to yourself. When you're breathing in, count 1. Then breathing out, count 1. Next breath in, count 2. Breath out 2. And silently count to yourself. I'm minding the time. And if you lose your place where you're counting because your thoughts get distracted, just start back at 1. Again, I'm watching the time. I'm doing some counting of my own. One more deep breath in. Full, loud breath out through your mouth. Leave your eyes closed, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Maybe slowly roll your shoulders. And then get still again. Bring your hands together at your heart. Take a long inhale. And together, deep breath out. I'm so grateful you made your way to your chair and took this time to practice with us. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Stay healthy. Thank you.